So how do you measure and cut pattern carpet to carpet a staircase successfully? Well, in this video, I'm going to break that down for you. This is Michael Alder here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and I'm going to show you the steps necessary after this crazy wobbly video shows you we need 35-inch runner for our stairs. That was beyond dramatic there, but here we go. So now we have our pattern carpet laid out here, and we got to cut this into sections so that we could go ahead and install this on the staircase. So right now I'm using a flathead screwdriver. You could also use ballpoint pins, knitting needles, things like that. Basically anything with a nice point to it, and you want to use that to get it in between the fibers so you can go ahead and get a nice clean row all the way down. Now, first things first, if you don't have a nice smooth run all the way through, do not get discouraged. This happens to everybody, but a little trick you could do is just kind of get a visual on the rows. And some of them will look like they're nice and clean already. That's a good place to start. Just go ahead and put your ballpoint pen, your flathead screwdriver, your knitting needle right in that row that looks like it's already got a clean run through it, and just send it all the way down to finish spreading those fibers out. Now I'm taking my top cutter, cutting a nice clean edge on this so we can measure across 35 inches and start cutting these steps. Now, after you get the first section cut, clean, ready to go, here's where you got to be a little more precise. Because if you start on a row and it doesn't cooperate, well, you kind of got to make it cooperate, or you got to restart phase one, because you can't skip over it all. If you cut it too big or too short, your stairs are going to look horrific, and you got to go back to the beginning. So let's go ahead and measure over now, see if we get lucky or not on this, if we're going to get a nice clean row. Finish getting that edge off so we have something to measure off of. And here we go. So I got my tape measure now. I'm going to go ahead and measure over 35 inches, and hopefully we get a nice clean row to work with here. Going to go ahead and mark the spot. It's key to make sure your tape measure doesn't shift, because if you're off just the slightest bit, it's going to be a pain working on them stairs. So far it looks like we're running nice and smooth on that row, which is fantastic, because it's never fun having to restart and go back to the beginning there. So we got our row all the way down. Everything's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and finish it back to the beginning now. I like to start a few feet in typically, just to go ahead and make sure I got a good run. Then take my top cutter, make sure you got a nice clean fresh blade. But if you're cutting on top of new carpet, don't get all aggressive and put all your weight into it, because you can cut through both layers, and I've been guilty of that in my younger years. And in my current years. Not really, just my younger years. But everybody's done it, and it's no fun doing it, so make sure you don't do it. Go ahead and cut that all the way down, then take your knife. Just go ahead and get any of the little edges that still may be sticking together. Just go ahead and lift on the piece you ran your top cutter down. There you go. Take the knife to it to break the rest of the backing that you didn't go all the way through. And it's a good thing when you don't go all the way through, because that's how you can damage the carpet underneath it. Once it's good to go, we're going to go ahead and get that first shot out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and start our second shot. So we could go ahead and get a full staircase run out of these flights. And now let's get this bad boy out of the way here so we can go ahead and slide this back. Finish cutting our stairs off of this roll so we can finally get them set up and ready to be installed. So when you're limited on room, you work with what you got. You unroll a little at a time, you cut a little bit, then you slide the carpet down to go ahead and finish cutting out the balance here. So we got, looks like we roughly had about 8 feet cut and ready to go. We're going to cut the other 7 feet off of this 15-foot section. And once again, when you start out with your row finder, your flathead screwdriver, ballpoint pen, whatever, if you get caught up, don't freak out. Just take your time. Look, I'm getting caught up right there. What's going to happen? Do I have to fast forward the video? Nah, we're going to make it. We're going to get it. Oh, getting caught. See, it's super common for this to happen, so don't get stressed. When it does, just take your time. Keep fishing that nose all the way through till you make it to the other end. Then go ahead and take your top cutter, lob it off, jump back into the other row on the other side you were cutting on, and finish that off so you could officially stretch those stairs on. Look how easy that glides through there when you got a nice clean row. And remember, as soon as you push that all the way through, just grab your knife, finish cutting through the backing, because you don't want to overdo the pressure and damage the carpet underneath it. And once we get all the way through, we're going to swoop that tape measure up, double check our rows on the other side. I might do that in this video, I might not. but you should if you're a newbie, and then go ahead and finish rowing it all the way down, take your top coat to that edge, and that's all there is to this. Pretty basic and simple, but with pattern carpets, you got to go the extra mile. So if you have any questions about this, go ahead and comment below or shoot me a text at 440-678-1151 with any questions about the carpet and flooring industry, and I will create a follow-up video for you.